I guess if I had to say, for any option, from my perspective, there are a few things that I would think are almost, again, this is just me speaking, but I would think these are the things that are kind of non-negotiable. And I think that the idea that the best practice of this vertical integration of the centralized management model is really the key thing to keep in mind. I think adding some professional parking expertise is very important. I really think the most successful municipal programs in the country today are the ones that have this kind of dual mission focus, whether they are providing parking management services, but they're doing it in a context of downtown revitalization, supporting downtown strategic development goals, and working with a variety of different stakeholders and event planners and event managers, facility managers, to really make downtown, the focus is making downtown a more successful, vital, and alive place. Parking used to be, it's not as much anymore, very much a cash-oriented thing. The accountability and responsibility and transparency of funds and collections was very important. Now with more automated cash management and paying more with credit card, that's not quite the same as it was, but it's still very important. Having a very active community engagement strategy of some form or fashion is very important. Having strategic planning and thinking at the top of this organization, I think, is critical. Getting somebody that can effectively communicate with a broad range of stakeholders is really critical. You can get somebody with good technical expertise, but if they can't sell some of these programs to their stakeholders in the community and speak effectively to bank presidents and mayors and city councilors about why these programs are important, you're not going to go very far. I think branding and marketing the program is very important. And getting somebody with a real can-do attitude. A lot of the places I go, the parking managers, it just drives me nuts. They'll sit down and they'll say, well, here's why we can't do this, and here's why we can't do that, and here's why I don't like this. It just drives me nuts. Whereas the ones that are really doing some really exciting and progressive things have a real positive can-do attitude. A few words on parking enforcement. We really think the parking enforcement program here is viewed as widely seen as very effective. And you're never going to win any points by doing parking enforcement. It's just the nature of the beast there. So the fact that there are some occasional complaints about parking enforcement, that just means that they're doing their job. This function would continue under all the options we've outlined. It's really a system requirement that we have that function, and nobody sees that going away. The key issue that really we need to make sure we're focused on here is that what we're trying to promote with enforcement is turnover of spaces, not really revenue production. There are opportunities to soften the impact of some of these necessary enforcement activities, and we talked about this example last time. In Boulder, they have downtown ambassadors, which are paid for by the parking program, by the way. And these ambassadors, if they see that your meter's about to expire, they'll put a quarter in the meter, but they'll also put this little card on your windshield that says, we saw your meter was about to expire, we gave you an extra 15 minutes. We hope it was enough, thanks for shopping downtown. Even if you get a ticket, you still feel pretty good that somebody at least was thinking about you and tried to do something to save you from that ticket. So a lot of places use warning tickets where the first ticket is just a warning, and they also have a lot of information. Here's how to park. If you need more time, here are the resources for parking for longer periods of time and those kind of things. So make it more educational rather than strictly punitive. I'm a big fan of the parking district model in general, but I thought it was a little progressive for this area. And one of the couple of defining characteristics that I liked about the parking district was the idea of reinvesting parking revenues in downtown. I still think this is a concept to be considered here, but again, this is not the model we went to. But in Boulder, they have such a great sense of what their community values are, and they do so much to provide for that. They paid for the pop jet fountains on the Pearl Street Mall that all the kids love so much. They pay for the banner programs downtown on the mall. They pay for free Wi-Fi over the mall. They pay for every downtown employee to have a free bus pass. Now, again, you got to remember this is Boulder, and this is kind of where their head is. Everything's very environmentally conscious and very sensitive. And so, but again, the parking program has gotten it into their head what the community values there, and they try to provide services that reflect that. And I think they've done a great job here. The services we would provide in Fort William might be a little different, but I still think that attitude of service and responsiveness to our downtown community and stakeholders is really what we need to have.